I had a really great question the other day from someone. So he wants to play in a three-piece. He wants to play guitar in a three-piece with a bass and drums. And what he was looking for is how do I mix blues licks and chords? How do I merge those two together? And so that's what I thought I'd talk about this week. Now, rather than give you specific licks and chords that you can play over the top of, what I thought I'd do this week is just talk about the approach that I take. Talk about what I think about when I'm doing something like this. And then if you can start from there, then you can build out your own vocabulary, your own licks and chords, and take it in your own direction. Now, when I'm doing this kind of thing, I'm thinking in kind of two ways. I'm thinking, do I want to play a lick? Do I want to play a lead line that enhances the harmony, that adds to the harmony, you know, and just fits perfectly over the chord? Or do I want to play something that's a little bit more edgy, something that generates a bit of tension against that chord instead? And depending on where I'm going, I'll be thinking in terms of major pentatonics one way, or I'll be thinking in terms of blues notes and dissonance and things like that. So what I thought I'd do is go through, you know, the two classic bar chords, which is going to be E major shape, E minor shape on the neck, and then I go through the A major and A minor shapes. Show you the pentatonics that I'm thinking about, depending on whether I want to enhance the harmony or whether I want to create a tension against it, and just kind of show you me doing this on the neck. So let's zoom in and I'll demonstrate right now. So let's start with the E bar chord. I'm up on the 7th fret, so my key is actually B major. And what I want you to do is to start with exploring the major pentatonic of the major chord, and you'll find that it enhances it. And a great position to target is this third position. You hear how that fits nicely over the top? Okay. And the thing to do really when you first start doing is play the chord and then just explore each of the strings in turn. So on the lowest strings, a great way in is just sliding up. Yeah. You can do it with the A string. Getting up onto those treble strings, by all means, use the chord tones directly. So you hear how all of that kind of supports the harmony, sits on top of the chord, everything fits together really nicely. Let's try the blues scale over the top of this. So we've got, there's my B major chord, that E bar chord shape up on the 7th fret, and the scale that I'm using is this first position blues. And you can think of these as two shapes just mashed together, which is all I've done with this shape that you can see on the screen at the moment. And again, all you do is you just play the chord, but this time start looking for notes with an edge to them. Like there, for example, that's a flattened 7. You've got the minor third, which really likes that little quarter step bend, as you can hear. And of course you can absolutely use the notes straight from the chord as well. So all I was doing there was hammering on from that minor third to the major third. Yeah. Yeah, so with this scale, you're really kind of looking for that edge. Okay, so playing over a minor chord then. Here's an E minor bar chord up on the 7th fret, so it's B minor is the chord that I'm actually playing. And the scale shape that I play over the top is pretty much that blues scale again. You hear how that fits across on top? Okay, so let's try a bar A chord. Up in the same position again. So you can see I'm playing that kind of E major chord up on the 7th fret, yeah? There's a shape. And the scale to target if you're playing a major pentatonic is just here. So the first position pentatonic, yeah? And all I do is I think of those two notes, my index finger sort of sitting on top of the 3 notes of the A major shape, yeah? So that's where I'm aiming for. And just like before, you can start playing around with slides. So hear how that sits on top of and enhances the harmony we're playing. Very much within the chord tones of the chord, the underlying chord that we're playing. So let's try the blues scale then. So same chord again, it's that bar A chord up on the 7th fret, so I'm playing an E major or E blues. And the scale I'm playing sits right on top of it, is this one. So there's a pentatonic, or if I make it a blues, there's a flat 5. And just like before, what we're going to do is we're going to start looking for those notes with a bit of an edge to them. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And one thing to just be aware of, or that I find, is when I'm playing around the B string, I really need to be mindful of that minor third just there if I want to play the blues. It's very easy for me to sort of flat my index finger and play a second, and as soon as I do that, I lose the, you know, if I go, it kind of changes the chord to a B minor, B major, yeah? Which I don't want to do. So I'm always mindful that I don't let my index finger play that note, yeah? Hear how that's sitting right on top of the chord, whereas if we go, that kind of, to me, makes me want to, it says this kind of tonality to me, so that's why I aim for that. And just like before, you can absolutely use your chord tones over the top of this as well. Okay, so playing a minor chord then. So if I play the minor version of that same chord, the scale I aim for is just that straight. That same blues scale. Yeah. So that same scale just set over the minor chord instead. Okay, let's try playing through a few changes then. So what I'll do is I'll just play over an E major chord, a D major chord, and an A major chord. Yeah, so that's a bar A, bar A, bar A, bar E rather, up on the 5th fret. Yeah. Now I can use either the blues position or the pentatonic, or I can slide between them in over top of any of those chords. So let me see if we can demonstrate. So if we start with just playing the major pentatonic over the top of all the chords, you get this. But like I say, I could substitute any of those major pentatonics with the blues. So let's try, we'll use a major, we'll go for the blues, and then we'll go for the major again, yeah? Okay, or we can swap them round. We'll go for blues, go for major, we'll go for blues. Okay, and just have fun with it. That's the thing with this. You can use them over any of the chords. So just keep playing over that over and over again and just see what you can come up with as you play over the top. So from this point, the thing is to really spend some time, play the chords, play those scales, see what fits to you, see what kinds of lines you can bring out of that chord and those scales, and build your vocabulary out. And that's what I'd recommend you doing from this point forward if you want to explore this. If you're completely new to improvising on the guitar, then you might want to check out my video up there, and that's where I talk about the stages that I would take you through if I was teaching you how to improvise from the very basics. If you're new to my channel and you want to learn more about, guitar scales, guitar techniques, interesting stuff on the guitar, then consider subscribing. Otherwise, we'll chat next time. Goodbye.